with Sky Blakely and Kayla DeCello with their Achilles injury. Really rough. Achilles injuries, right? That's all we have to pretty much say during the U.S. Olympic gymnastics trials for Kayla.
You guys are seeing this.
Go ahead.
It's like when you think of Achilles injuries, and no offense to Will, but we have, it's usually 30, 40, like the high level athlete injuries are a different animal, right?
Yeah.
They're just, you've seen Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers wasn't 25 when he got his injury, right? There's NFL players that get it, but to see
Kayla's 20 years old, and we're talking about high level athletes.
Yeah, these are really young.
These are really young. Right? Go ahead.
It's just not that common to see this injury in every day. I mean, we see people in their mid 20s to 30s tear their, but it's usually that like high 20s. We always call it the weekend warrior, right? Like the dad, or it's more men actually. This is different. Obviously, we're talking about two female athletes here, but it's usually higher precipitance of men because they tend to do stupider things.
That's me.
They tend to. Wasn't directed at you, Will, but yes.
It was 100%. Just because you're nice about it does not mean it wasn't directed at quote-unquote weekend warriors doing dumb things and busting their
This is all about, I'm just trying to make fun of you the entire time without anybody knowing on the show. So so it's generally, the population's generally, like I said, it's weekend warrior. Like I've had friends like that, in the late 30s, early 40s, tear their Achilles, and then talk about repair, which we will in a second. But to have young, one of them was 16 or something, or like she's 20 years old, and the other one, I can't remember how old she was, but these are not very old. Anyhow, so these are young athletes, but remember what we said before, this is like jumping off a building, right? Like they're going, look at the height that they go. Like we never get to experience that. Like you would never fall at that speed. And it's also a rotational component, right? And then they have to immediately stop on a dime. And that's usually what happens. It's that abrupt halt. That's what gets any of our things. Like if you think about it, we see biceps tendon tears.